Parker Ford, Pennsylvania, on the East Coventry side of the river, Chester County. And we have now known as Parker Ford Lake. Jeez. I'm standing on Linfield Road, which takes you up to the Linfield Bridge, which is what that there is. And wow, there's no way of getting through there unless you've got a rowboat. See where the water was up to this spot. It has receded some, but as you can see, the road sort of disappears. Now those poles sticking out of the water back down in there, they're for the pipeline, and those things are about 6 feet tall off the roadway, and you can see they're just about maybe 2 more feet and those things will be covered. This is amazing. Oh, there goes the fish. There's a couple fish just jumped. Jeez. Yep, this is the Parker Ford Lake. This is at the extension of Wells's Road, where it used to go across the ford for Parker Ford. And it's a lot of water down there now. Ain't quite sure what that stuff is. Okay, this is Sanatoga Road, which goes back to the road closed part of it, because this went in back to the old Sanatoga River Bridge, which has been discontinued for years. It's about 1993, I think they took it out. And you can see here that the river is really back here. Now it usually does get back here when it floods, but I wanted to show it to you. That's completely flooded up through there. And it's another mile to the bridge, or where it was. But you can see that no parking zone sign there. That's usually about a 4-foot sign. So you know how deep the water is. And I got a car coming, of all things. Don't know. If he decides to come through here, but it'll be one of those amphibious vehicles, because he ain't going to get through. So there you go. That's the extension of what was Sanatoga Road. Now it's Sanatoga Moat. This is looking out towards Firestone, or what was Firestone, across the Schuylkill. Well, let's see here. I don't know if you can see it or not. See that little bit of green there in between the two bodies of water? Well, that's the actual channel of the Schulkill. So you can see how much more the water has come over this way. Those telephone poles would be actually on dry ground. And it's actually up in here. It's wet. I'm standing on what was the canal towpath, and I pan over here. You can see where the water's backed up in here too. This is on the adjacent to Towpath Park in East Coventry Township, Chester County, along the busy 724. And if you look straight across, right in here, this is actually the canal towpath, and down in there is the canal. So you can see where 724 is actually on the old canal. That would be the Schuylkill navigation system, chartered in 1815. Something seeping here that's making this air bubble. Might be a gas line. I don't know. Anyhow, we're looking at 724 where it goes into, you can see over there, there's where it goes onto the bypass. I don't know the name of this little creek comes down through here. But the reason why it's so low right in here is because basically the Schuylkill Canal came through here. And 724 was built right on top of the old canal bed. And they tore out the aqueduct, which was a little higher, so the canal went over top of the creek. I think they should have kept the aqueduct in. It would have saved a lot of trouble. But that's the state for you. You can barely see the yellow line for 724 going down through there. About 6 feet of water in here. We're sitting pretty much ground level here to the water. And you can see how deep it is in here. I'm going to angle it over on this one building and you'll really see how deep it is. But it's so deep you can't even see that bridge, except for some of the girders sticking out. There you go. This was actually a restaurant years ago. It's called Dunrose Inn. You can see why they closed up. This is because the river's backed up. Backs the creek up then. Water was all the way up to where you see that brush line. That's the actual water line. So you can see how deep it was. This is Route 724, here in North Coventry Township, Chester County. This is actually where the creek would go through. Now it's just a lake. Talk about the lake effect.